A very good morning. I am Dr. Shovik Chatterjee, head of the Department of Juridical Sciences, GIS University. This is my lecture with respect to Indian Penal Code, and I am speaking about kidnapping and abduction. Kidnapping is in a very strong provision, and it continues from 361 all the way to 374. And there are different categories of kidnapping also. I was stuck with respect to the information I have given in respect of uh, the meaning of enticement in the context of kidnapping. I can, best give an example with respect to these types of cases with a case that was being, argued on behalf of my father, late Chittaranjan Chatterjee. He expired, a few years back. He was a chief public prosecutor, Bankshal Court. Now, the case was such that there was a student, a girl student, studying in class 10 in AV school in Shambazar, and there was this gatekeeper of that particular, school, who basically had an affair with this girl, and both of them thereafter left this place, and also the lawful guardianship, and thereafter went to Bareilly in Uttar Pradesh. The father of the girl obviously filed an FIR relating to kidnapping, and thereafter the West Bengal police, that is Kolkata police, gave the information and acted in tandem with the Uttar Pradesh police and brought both of them from there. Now, when the case was being filed over there in Bankshal Court, obviously the girl gave the testimony before the magistrate that there was no question of enticement. The girl really loved the gatekeeper, and both of them went to Bareilly with their own wish. Interesting enough, the age of the girl became a big question over there. The girl did not have any birth certificate, and she was studying in class 10. So obviously, once matriculation is passed, thereafter, whether it's the state board or whether it is ICSC or CBSC, in the mark sheet itself, the date of birth is written. So that was also not there. So what my father asked the court and the magistrate was to go ahead with respect to an ossification test. Because in case of the girls, there are bones like ilium crest which start joining at age of 14, and thereafter completes the entire joining by 17 and a half or something. So the ossification test was being done, and the report given, it said that the age of the girl was somewhere around 17 years, 3 months here, 3 months there. That means then error rate is basically given over there, so 3 months on both sides. So it was proved that she was a minor. And the judgment that was given, that was the same judgment which my father asked the magistrate to give. That is the fact that in case of these minors in the teenage, state has a very important responsibility. The fact that it absolutely shows that the girl, the minor, was absolutely immature. She has not completed her class 10. She was not in a position to get a job. The person with whom she left, that is the gatekeeper, he lost his job immediately on the very next day. He was rusticated from the school, and also he was being left by his family members in Bareilly the moment they came to know about it. So what would have been the result had the police not have stepped in? They, both of them, would have ended up being destitute. Now it's question time. The question to all of you is, age is a very important criteria for determining kidnapping cases. Now, as far as the victim's age is concerned, in case that there are no so-called documentary evidence as being required under the Indian Evidence Act, like the birth certificate, like school leaving certificate, what will the court do to actually find out the age? Use up any of the sources that can be helpful for you. You can use up the source of Chandrasekhar Pillai's book on IPC. You can use up the book of K.D. Gaur. You can use up the book of Ratanlal Dhirajlal. You can use up my book, Law of Crimes with an Introduction to Criminology, Penology, Victimology, Dr. Shovik Chatterjee, Thomson Reuters, South Asia publication. I'll go ahead with my next lecture.